thank you to not only the authorities but also the people of Colombia, Ecuador and Peru and all other host countries for welcoming so many Venezuelans who have fled their country. This is becoming one of the largest humanitarian crises of our times, and you have shown to your Venezuelan brothers and sisters that they could count on you in the moment of need. And we have the responsibility of showing you that you're not alone in this, and to show that the international community is also at their side. It is important that Latin American countries coordinated their response on a continental scale under the Quito process that we want to support and accompany. But the rest of the world must also contribute and support Venezuelans together with their host countries and communities. So we don't want to just thank you, but we want to do our part and also call others in the world to do their part in support of this important work. The European Union has mobilized nearly 150 million euros to date, both inside and outside Venezuela, and around 40% of funding targets the regional consequences of the crisis. Only 10 days ago, I was in Bogota, I was in Colombia for excellent meetings with you and with President Duque, and we announced together also a new European contribution of 30 million euros to support Colombia's solidarity towards Venezuela. I agree with the High Commissioner Filippo Grandi that this is one of the most underfunded humanitarian appeals in the world, and this is exactly why the European Union is co-organizing together with UNHCR and the IOM the International Solidarity Conference on the Venezuelan refugee and migrant crisis that you just mentioned, that we will host on the 28th and 29th of October in Brussels, together with Commissioner Stylianides, to whom I would ask to complement briefly my words today. This will be the last event we will host in Brussels before we finish our mandate, and this is testimony to the importance we attach politically and from a humanitarian point of view to the crisis in Venezuela. For the European Union, this is maybe not the closest geographical crisis, but it is a crisis that involves people that are so close to our own people, and this is why we care so much about this. Through the conference, we want to raise awareness about the gravity of the crisis, about the urgency of addressing it collectively. We want to confirm our own support and the international support for a regional and coordinated response, and we want to call for greater international cooperation in both technical and financial terms. And I would add also on political efforts, but this is another chapter of solving the crisis. So we want to help as much as we can on humanitarian and political level in this moment that is extremely delicate for Venezuelan people and for all of Latin American countries, in particular the neighboring ones. So count on the European Union to be at your side. And if you allow me, I would briefly give the floor also to Commissioner Stylianides to share more on the humanitarian support we are giving and we plan to give from the European Union perspective. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.